There's a local organization, Pick Up the Ball, going out to the court where young adults play and trying to connect with them as mentors, inspire them, give them some life skills. Next week, they'll be taking on law enforcement in their first game, kind of a friendly challenge meant to bridge the gap between officers and the community. We have both Curtis Collins and Sheriff Mike Scott in the studio to tell us more about this. Good morning, guys. Thanks for coming. And I think on this morning where we're talking about the meant to bridge the gap between officers and the community. We have both Curtis Collins and Sheriff Mike Scott in the studio to tell us more about this. Good morning, guys. Thanks for coming. And I think on this morning where we're talking about those shootings in Fort Myers and bridging that gap with law enforcement, Sheriff, this message to this community is so important.
Yeah, it could be more timely. I mean, obviously, trying to rebuild relationships.
Those shootings in Fort Myers and bridging that gap with law enforcement, Sheriff, this message to this community is so important.
Yeah, it could be more timely. I mean, obviously, trying to rebuild relationships, improve upon existing relationships, and basically let the community know that we're in it together. We all live here as well. The police live in this community. We want a safe community, and last night is just a tragic reminder of how needed this is.
And you need, for those witnesses to come forward, they've got to trust the officers that are doing the investigation. So that's what you want to do, is get everybody together and say, hey, we can work together.
Absolutely, and that's part of this. And working together with community leaders like Curtis and the film that he's got underway, the notoriety that brings that, local celebrities that have helped us as well, and just the community in general, Waste Pro, LESAR, big companies that are on board. October 3rd, of course, we have this huge basketball game where Sheriff's Office will have teams in the event, and just trying to keep open the lines of communication, really.
Now, Curtis, you're in the middle of shooting a movie around town, Hanging Millstone. Yeah. You're going to have some of your actors there and be a part of this as well, because you've kind of taken on a cause as you make the movie.
Well, yeah, because we figured at 3C's Productions that with all of our sponsors, that everybody that's helping us out, that it's a good thing to make it a cause. And we wanted to jump in with the sheriff and Lee County and try to get involved in the Pick Up the Ball, because I think it's important, like the sheriff said, for us to bridge that gap between community and police officers, especially with everything that's going on around the world. You know, I mean, we want to start young so we can get younger kids to trust police officers as they get older. I think that's the key to this now, you know, just getting back into the schools and getting back cops, communicating with children, and just having that interaction is what's going to take everything to another level, I think. And I think with Pick Up the Ball, like he said, all of the sponsors, you know, South Florida Milling, Cheffy Pasadamo, just all kinds of people have helped us out with sponsors and been a huge help with the film so far. And so I think it's just the community outreach program that's going to work.
Yeah, we should see the trailer to your movie, you think, in November. So
yes, the trailer will be done. Yeah, it'll be done in November.
And Sheriff, things get started tonight. You have some kids coming over that are involved.
Absolutely, we sure do. We've reached out into the community. We actually go out into the community, and with Ted Satong is another one I should mention, who actually initiated this program together with the Sheriff's Office, a local businessman. Go to the courts, Chandler Hall, different areas in the community, and invite these kids back to the Sheriff's Office headquarters. We host them with pizza and Gatorade, and then we actually let them do some role playing. They're the police, we're the... it's good stuff.
Let's hope it all goes well. Pick Up the Ball coming up. We'll be right back.